Hey Abby fam, today is my part 2 of my Laksa review. Come on in. Last week I showed you 3 brands of Laksa paste, and today I'm going to review these 2 products here. So this is the Prima Taste brand, and I'm sure you probably have seen this in your Asian grocery store. This is the ramen Laksa, and it's very popular. Like, a lot of people have been buying it up. Every time I go to the grocery store, it's almost always sold out. So today we're going to review this one. I've already had it many times before, but just for the sake of this video, I'm going to show it to you one more time. And Prima Taste also has this brand here. So it's I guess what it is it doesn't come with noodles, and it's sort of like a paste and coconut, and then you add your own noodles and toppings. So we're going to try out both of these today, and I'll let you know what I think. We're going to make this one first. So step 1, put some water into a saucepan, and once that starts to boil, we'll continue on with the rest. So just so you know, what I'm doing is actually very different from the instructions, because it tells you to make the soup base first and then drop in your dry ramen directly into the soup base. I think sometimes the people making these packaging get a little bit lazy, because everybody knows, every Asian knows that that's not the way to make ramen. So you always boil your ramen separately, get out all the excess starch, and then drop it in the soup base. So that's what I'm doing today. Right over here, we're gonna put in A first. Now we're going to put in B, which is the coconut. Now we're going to put our noodles back into the soup base for a few minutes to warm up, and then later we're going to pour it back into the bowl. Okay, and I already pre-boiled a couple of shrimps just to give myself a little bit of protein. Now I'm going to give this a try. Really, really good. It's very, very creamy. Let me try the noodles. I would say this is a really, really fantastic product to get if you're in a quick fix for Laksa. It's great because it comes with a little coconut packet, so you don't have to run out and get your own coconut milk. And I always hate getting like a full can of coconut when I'm just making something small and need a little bit. So I really think having the coconut packet in there is really helpful. The only thing is I would just actually use a little bit less of that coconut, because it's very, very coconutty. Unless if you like it very coconutty, but I think a little goes a long way. But overall, I think it's really great. The noodles are a little bit more dense, like ramen noodles, or I mean they're like a wheat noodle, so it's very dense. Whereas typically Laksa is with, well, from how I've had it in, in hawker centers, they use more of a rice-based noodle, so it's a little bit lighter. So in that sense, I would say it's not exactly like the real thing, but overall it's still really yummy, and I definitely give it a good rating, 8 out of 10. Now I'm gonna work on the next one. So this one, because it's from the same brand, I suspect that it's gonna be very similar to the Laksa ramen. And like the Laksa ramen, it also has an AB, but larger. So essentially it's the same thing, I think. So, but the only difference is this time I'm using my own noodles, and they're larger, so it's for a serving for a family of 4. So because it's just me and my husband, I'm gonna cut that in half, and we're gonna just use half of these packets, and we're gonna make it for a serving of 2. Okay, so here I have 300 milliliters of water. And as soon as that gets to a boil, I'll add my packet A and my packet B and my fresh noodles, and then I'll let you know what I think. My water is boiling now, so I'm just gonna get ready to put in my A, the Laksa premix. Oh, that is super, super weird. Look, it says Laksa premix A, but it's actually the powder. So I think I was supposed to put, I think they mixed it up. So it's actually the paste that goes in first. So I'm gonna open this up. Okay, that was a little weird. Okay, so we're gonna put in the B first. So, okay, actually, you know what? It looks a little bit different. It might taste a little different. Okay, so that's about half. But you know what? It says to put in 600 milliliters of water. Since I'm making a half serving, I'm putting in 300 milliliters of water. But it doesn't really look like enough water, to be honest. So, well, I'm gonna go ahead and add in my coconut. You know what? I think this is actually it's kind of weird because it says it's for 4 person, but I think this is really enough this is actually a 2-person serving. So this is probably enough broth for just 1 more bowl, and I think actually doesn't taste that salty. So it's probably just enough for 1 person. I don't think this is for 2 people. At least not for us. So, okay. All right. So I'll assume that this is for 1-person serving, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it over my noodles now, okay? Okay. So they're exactly the same. So it makes sense because it's the exact same company, the ramen one and this one. So it makes sense that they would just repackage the paste, the soup base portion, and just make it larger. So all in all, I definitely really like this brand, especially when you're, finished work and you just really want a quick fix or just something quick and convenient. Is perfect. I actually kind of think I prefer using my own noodles. I like fresh rice noodles, and so I think that is a huge plus for getting this one instead. The other one is not bad, but the noodles are a little bit denser, so it's just a preference. But overall, the soup base is really nice and very creamy. I wish that there was a little bit more galangal, so a little bit more of that gingery spiciness, but overall I definitely think it's really great. The only drawback to this is that the instructions are a little bit confusing. So it says that it's a 4-person serving, but I found that it's really pretty much just a 2-person serving. And the amount of water, well, I guess they provided like an average amount of 600 milliliters, but I think it's really up to you. For me, this is not enough soup, so I definitely prefer it to be a little bit more soupier. So I'd probably add a little bit more water to this, but it's still very, very delicious, and I would still get it. So if you like this series and you want to come back and check out more videos, be sure to click that like, subscribe, and make sure to comment down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.